Welcome everybody. My name is Gary McPherson and my company is McPherson Financial Partners. So my start in financial services period was back in 2002 working for what's called a hedge fund. So I've seen the riskiest type of investments that's out there. While doing that, I paid the commissions. So all the brokers were calling in to find out when their money was coming. So at the same time, I talked to them and I said, well, exactly how do you get paid? What's your company like? So I talked to Merrill Lynch, talked to UBS, Raymond James, all of them along to find out from the inside out how they work and what it took to be an agent there, or what it took to be an advisor there. So taking that information as well, I decided that that wasn't the route that I want to go. Okay, so just doing portfolio management, you lose track of the people you're trying to help, the people you're working with. I started my career directly in financial services where I work with individuals with Northwestern Mutual, one of the big insurance companies. That's kind of the polar opposite of the Merrill Lynch's. Okay, there it's a lot of insurance based. I got lucky to work with a veteran in the field, and it allowed me to work with multi-million-dollar net worth individuals. He had a big practice, and he basically trained me, and I don't even think he knew what he was doing, but we would sit down and go over the different clients we were working with, and he'd say, okay, well, say that, or I didn't think about that when I was doing the planning, when I was doing the investment work. And then he basically got me taught on to do retirement plans. So that's what I basically took that information. Again, I looked at the insurance company, and that wasn't the fit of what I wanted to do because I wanted to help people in general. So I took the information, experience, and knowledge that I gained from that and my 2 degrees, and I started my own practice with a hybrid independent firm. With that, before I even got into the financial services, I worked for a small boutique MBA firm. Actually, Bernard King, it was one of his agents that started that firm. The guy's name was William Pollock, and by the time I got there, Bernard wasn't there. We had some other players, so with that, I got to see where their cash flow was going. And we've all seen in different types of media, whether it's the newspaper, whether it's online, whether it's 30 for 30, where the money goes. Now, those are exceptional people that the money goes to their extracurricular, and it happens with general people as well, but that's not all of the players. So some of the players, there's different situations that where the money goes to and it's not managed correctly. And so what I've done now is I work with youth basically coming out of high school, going into college, that are some top athletes, but they're also student athletes, to start teaching them about financial literacy. Some of them have heard about it, some of them have seen it, but nobody knows it well enough, or nobody's really practicing it. And I tell them, the same as I do with my individual clients, that you need to go over it again, and that's what you need to focus on. Basically, the financial literacy, the basics, the foundations to basically manage your money. And there's small steps that you can do it. And those small steps are instrumental in whether or not you have that money for retirement, whether or not you're struggling day to day. And with athletes, it's even worse because they have so many people pulling at them, trying to get money from them, or hey, sponsor this, and those type of things. So I definitely go over that with all the athletes that I work with and that I touch. And right now, my biggest focus is financial literacy, as I said. And it's working with the athletes, it's working in my community with even my child's middle school. I've started the program there. And then I actually have a program right now that I'm trying to pilot and see where it goes with young adults that have special needs. And this is about 25 to 30-year-olds. That again, it's the same concepts that I work with even business owners with, of those same concepts of how to manage the money. So whether it's athletes, whether it's business owners, my job is basically planning, investment management, and overall success. So people give me their goals, whether they're the athletes and the individuals and the companies, and basically I help them reach their goals. And I do it in a manner that's realistic so they understand, because I can't ask you to do something like save for a Roth IRA when you don't understand what a Roth IRA is. Or if you don't know where your budget is, and I can't recommend that you need to save $400 or $500 per month for a Roth IRA, and you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's never going to work. So again, I work with anybody out there, whether it's a company, because I do a lot of retirement plans for companies and make sure they have the best vehicle for their company and for their individuals. So some of these athletes that either when they have their money while they're in professional sports, or if they're coming out of professional sports and they're starting that business, I make sure they have the best vehicle.